This is severe weather coverage for East Alabama and West Georgia from Dr. Don's Weather. Coverage is powered by Southern Union State Community College, Alpha Insurance agent Jamie Dukas, and the venue at 5 Points Farms. Brought to you in part by Heron's Tree Service, Southern Auction Solutions, Roger Bell Auto Brokers, Genesis Weight Clinic in Roanoke, Jimmy Stevens Construction, Anchor Roofing, Auction 431 South, Town of Wadley, and Bama Diesel Repair. From the Alpha Weather Center, here's Dr. Don.
Okay, I think we have the audio straightened out. Good afternoon, East Alabama and West Georgia. Dr. Don in here with you. Going to give you a quick update on what's going on at the moment with the possibility of severe weather across East Alabama and West Georgia. We've been dealing with it now for a couple of hours up here in Northeast Georgia. Thank goodness we have not had anything too significant up here. You look over there in the upper right-hand corner of the screen, you can see what we've been dealing with. It was up here across White County about 2 hours ago. Now it's down around Auburn, Georgia, or down there just north of Covington. Then we have that second area that's moving into Atlanta Metro. And then in East Alabama, the line really is broken up across East Alabama. We have individual cells. Any of those cells could potentially go severe. And we just received a severe thunderstorm warning for Randolph County from the National Weather Service. I'm going to let this loop through, and then we'll bring it current, and then I will read to you the verbiage of this warning. This is a severe thunderstorm warning for northeastern Randolph County in east central Alabama and southeastern Cleburne County in east central Alabama until 5 p.m. At 4:12, a severe thunderstorm was located near Abernathy, or 13 miles east of Heflin, moving to the east at around 30 miles per hour. Hazard with this storm is 60 mile per hour wind. So again, that's a severe thunderstorm warning for the northeast corner of Randolph County. Now that's moving to the east, so that will move on into extreme northern portions of Heard County and southern Carroll. And then we have another secondary cell down here near Dingler or northwest of Wedowee. That's moving off to the east. Wouldn't surprise me to see that go severe. So you folks around Wedowee, maybe be on the lookout for another severe thunderstorm warning possibly coming for that one. Roanoke, you look good right now. Down around Corinth, Wadley, all looking good. We do have some individual cells down in Chambers County. This one is just to the east of Lafayette. Troup County, you got a storm down there in the southeast corner of the county. We have central Tallapoosa County with a thunderstorm there between Ellick City and Budston. Up there around Goodwater, we have a strong thunderstorm. These are all small, but they can punch, have a mean kick to them, no doubt. That one near Goodwater is taking on a pretty symmetrical, severe thunderstorm look to it, so we'll watch that one. And then up in Clay County, near Millerville, up there just to the southwest of Ashland, northeast of Sylacauga, Talladega County, just south of Talladega, you have a small but strong thunderstorm there as well. This one just northwest of Wedowee is showing a 100% chance of hail now. So it would not at all surprise me to see a new severe thunderstorm warning come out for that cell just north of Lake Wedowee, moving to the east. So Woodland, you're catching the south end of the one up there around Graham, and then the rest of Woodland will catch this one as it moves across 431 there near the Ava community as it moves on off to the east. Somebody give me a thumbs up if the audio's okay. We had a little bit of an audio glitch here. Just want to make sure it's working. It looks like nobody's complaining, so I'm assuming that all of you can hear me just fine. So it's been a very active weather day across the southeast, and I'm going to look at a couple of different products here right quick. I'm going to take that radar off, and we're going to go back over to the composite. This will give you a look at the entire picture. As we zoom back out. So I got to tell you, the weather parameters were just off the chain today. I mean, we really haven't seen the 70-plus mile-per-hour sustained winds or straight-line winds that the Weather Service thought could happen. Now, there certainly are numbers of trees down all across the leading edge of this line of thunderstorms. That's been ongoing now for quite some time, but if we had received the 60, 70 mile per hour winds that were possible with this line, I think we would be seeing a lot more damage than we actually are. So I think we've been fortunate in that this line of storms just hasn't progressed to the level that it certainly could have. The National Weather Service did a special balloon release at 12 noon today, and the data that came back from that balloon release supported the forecast almost impeccably. I mean, we're talking, you've heard weather forecasters talk about the CAPE values. That's basically the amount of instability at the surface. And typically around here, we see CAPE values in the 500 to 1,000, maybe occasionally 1,500 to 2,000 joules of CAPE. Today it came back at 5,500, which is pretty high for this part of the southeastern United States for severe weather. And then we had some veering in the atmosphere. The wind profile was set up in such a way that we easily could have seen some tornadoes today. And we did have one tornado warning up there around Fort Payne, Alabama, a couple of hours ago. But overall, we have not seen the 50, 60, and 70 mile per hour wind gusts that were originally forecast to be possible today. So we're very lucky. Now, we're not completely out of the woods. I think you folks up here in extreme north Georgia, and certainly up in North Alabama and up in Tennessee, you're in good shape now. And I think most everybody across North Georgia, probably from Blairsville over to Hiawassee south, still kind of needs to be on the a watchful eye to the southwest, because we have this stuff down around Dallas, Georgia, back up to just west of Roswell, up to around Ball Ground, that should slip south of Dahlonega. Gainesville maybe will catch a little bit of that. It should slip south of White County, but it's still too early to make that call. I think another 30 or 40 minutes we'll be able to. Down here in East Alabama, we see these individual storm cells that are blowing up all over the place. They're not part of the line. The line's still back up to the northwest, so we're going to have to kind of watch and see. The line, or what's left of it in Alabama, is not severe at this time, but these individual cells are developing and growing stronger. So it's going to, I think, in East Alabama and West Georgia, it's going to be a hit-and-miss proposition as we go into the overnight hours. So we're going to continue to watch this for you. Again, we have a severe thunderstorm warning for the northern sections of Randolph County, extreme northeastern Randolph County. Here comes a new special weather statement. This is going to involve Clay. This is a special weather statement for Clay County and Tallapoosa and Randolph. So let's see if we can get that to show on the map. Let me open the text of that and see if I'm missing something here. All right, this is going to be for actually Coosa, extreme southeastern Clay, southern Randolph, central Tallapoosa, and for east central Chambers. So what they're catching here is going to be, looks like primarily this cell that's straddling the Clay County, Coosa County, Tallapoosa County line. And they're also looking at that one sitting in central Tallapoosa and the one over here in eastern Chambers. So those are going to be the primary threats Let me just put the telestrator on, and I'll circle those for you. So we're talking this area, and I know that's not very good drawing there, but you get the idea. Those are the areas that are covered under the special weather statement that's just been issued by the National Weather Service out of Birmingham. Cold water. Yeah, well, I mean, you got to pay attention to this cell back over here to the south of I-20 because that's going to move east, maybe a little bit northeast. But I think for the most part, yes, cold water's in the clear. You guys had a nasty thunderstorm over there yesterday. That thing had a scud cloud hanging from it. It looked just like a tornado. I think you guys have probably seen the photograph. It's gone viral. James Spann was putting it up yesterday afternoon. I shared it as well. That was a nasty-looking thunderstorm cell. Everybody thought it was a tornado, but it wasn't. That was what's referred to as a scud cloud. So at the moment, the only warning we have really, the only warning we have in the state of Alabama is for northeast Randolph County. We have some more coming in. Let's see what this is. This is going to be a severe thunderstorm. Severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Fayette, southeastern Carroll, southwestern Douglas, northern Hurd, northwestern Coweta, southwestern Fulton, northwestern Clayton County until 6:15 p.m. And that's primarily going to be for this big mess over here on the western side of Atlanta. And they're including northern Hurd because of this coming out of Randolph County into northern Hurd County. So that's... There it is right there. So that's what we've got. So it wouldn't surprise me to see a few more severe thunderstorm warnings, quite possibly down in Tallapoosa, maybe even over into Chambers. The northern half of Randolph could also go under a warning. But the good news here is I don't see that damaging line of 60 and 70 mile per hour winds. There certainly could be some spots of that going on out there, but it's not as widespread as it could have been. Had all the ingredients come together at the exact right time. More formation or development back to the west, west of Jackson, Mississippi, but that'll be rotating through Alabama during the cool portion of the evening. Wouldn't really expect that to be anything to be concerned about. We're going to continue to watch this, and if we see anything of great significance that we feel like you need to know, then we'll come back and go live. Again, we'll post everything on Facebook, so keep watching your Facebook feed, and we'll keep you updated as best we can. We're dealing with the same thing up here in northeast Georgia, though I think we're on the threshold here of being able to call it up here in northeast Georgia. At this hour, we've got one heavy cell down there around Claremont, which is just south of the county I work for. But we're going to watch this stuff coming through Alpharetta and down over toward Jasper for another 30 minutes or so to see if we think it's going to make it up here into White County. Right now, it doesn't look very likely, but we're trying to be on the safe side of things. So we'll watch this for you. We'll come back and give you more information as we get it, if it becomes necessary, here on Dr. Don's Weather. We thank you for joining us.
This has been severe weather coverage for East Alabama and West Georgia from Dr. Don's Weather. Coverage is powered by Southern Union State Community College, Alpha Insurance Agent Jamie Dukas, and The Venue at 5 Points Farms. Brought to you in part by Heron's Tree Service, Southern Auction Solutions, Roger Bell Auto Brokers, Genesis Waite Clinic in Roanoke, Jimmy Stevens Construction, Anchor Roofing, Auction 431 South, Town of Wadley, and Bama Diesel Repair. We will continue to monitor weather conditions and return with the latest information as conditions warrant. This is Dr. Don